Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my next film reaction. It is time for the fourth in the Planet of the Apes series. This is called Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Also, I'm very grateful to the person that sent me this because it's been very handy. So we're on to the fourth. Again, this has been recommended by one of my patrons on the Supreme Commander tier, so thank you so much. I don't really know where we go from the last one. The only ape that survived was the baby one, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was called. No, I can't remember. So I don't know where we're going from this, so that's intriguing. It's not a long film. It says 1 hour 23 on here, so it's not long. I have no idea. Full length is over on Patreon as per usual, and if you'd like to recommend my next film reaction, head over to the Supreme Commander tier, and that's where you can do it. And let's go. 1991. What were we before? 70s?
Attention, attention. This is the Watch Commander. Attention, attention. Disperse unauthorized ape gathering at the foot of ramp 6. Repeat. Disperse unauthorized.
So they're constantly on edge about apes
6.
still
No
taking
citation or
over.
fine in this instance. Repeat. No citation or fine in this.
But how did it happen?
Shh. Within a few months, 8 years ago, every dog and cat in the world, it was like a plague. The disease that killed them was a mysterious virus brought back from outer space by one of the astronauts.
Didn't the disease affect humans?
No, we were immune. And so it was discovered we're simians, even the smallest ones. That's how it began. Humans wanting little household pets to replace the ones they had lost. Then when people realized how quick they were to learn, how easy to train, the pets became larger.
Home, Lisa.
It's basically like having a pet dog that can actually go and do stuff for you.
Hey, you not supposed to... No! Stop this at once, all of you!
Yes, sir, Mr. McDonald. I saw what you were doing. Now sedate the animal and get him out of here.
Lousy human bastards!
Who said that?
I did. He's a performing ape for my circus.
A talking ape?
No, that's impossible. It was I who spoke.
It didn't sound to me like your voice. Yell lousy human bastard.
Here's what we'll do. I'll go to the police. Oh, no. It's the only way. I'll say that I couldn't find you. That you've run away before, that big cities frighten you.
Oh, but Amanda, where would I go?
Oh, you wait right here. If this works, I'll be back by nightfall.
But what if it doesn't? They don't let you go.
They will.
I feel like something's going to happen to Armando.
Let me remind you of the seriousness of our problem. Now, your circus travels mainly in the provinces, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Then undoubtedly you are unaware of the rising tide of disobedience, of outright defiance among the servant apes in our cities. How many more of them out there are just like that ape? Or burning with resentment? Or waiting for an ape with enough intelligence, with enough will to lead them?
But you wouldn't blame them, right? That's like a slave wanting to get free.
Has your ape ever talked or shown any signs of being articulate in your presence?
Never in my presence.
Ex-Borneo now arriving at gate number 2. Shipment 509A for Africa. Ex-French Cameroons now arriving at number 4 gate.
Like father, like son, eh?
No. No.
You'd do well to cooperate with us.
Could I please have a glass of water?
This is baffling. I don't know what route I thought we were taking with this film, but it wasn't this.
800, 850 over here to wire 9. Have 850 over here to wire 9. 900. I hear 9 over there, 9 over there, 9 over
It's gonna
there.
go to that man, isn't
950 over
it?
there on the end, 950 on the end. 1,000 from the gentleman on the end. $1,000 over here, $1,000.
1,100.
1,100 over here,
1150.
1150 in the back row.
1,200.
$1,200 from this gentleman going to this gentleman. Going.
Buy him.
1,500.
1,500 from Mr. McDonald for His Excellency Governor Brett.
You found him?
Not yet, but he'll turn up sooner or later. I'm sorry for the inconvenience we had to cause you, and I hope you'll forgive us, but it was unavoidable.
Oh, yes.
They're going to follow him, aren't they?
Then I'm free to go.
Oh, as soon as you sign this sworn declaration.
What does the authenticator do?
Makes people tell the truth. It's quite painless. For example, you said the first time you heard the name Cornelius was in this office. Was that true?
Hell no!
I knew that Sekasona was lying.
But they insist he fell to his death accidentally.
While trying to escape, he knew he'd been exposed.
And what the chief inspector means, sir, is that there'd still be a doubt. If the chimpanzee keeps his mouth shut, the case stays open. We'd like to close the file.
You shall. I promise you.
Reconditioning applications have to be made out in triplicate.
There's been a disturbance in the North Plaza. What kind of disturbance?
McDonald speaking. Yes, sir? You want me to turn Caesar over to Inspector Culp? Well, I sent him out on an errand. He should be back momentarily. Yes, sir. I'll do just as you say.
I said he'd be good.
Knowing you've got it bottled up at last.
Is that all, sir?
Not quite. I have an authorization here from the governor to have this beast destroyed.
I'll notify the vet to inject you.
He is wired for electrocution, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Mr. McDonald. Come on. Off. He's pretending.
He's dead.
Good.
How can you tell? You're not going to feel for a pulse. I don't blame him, really. See how they like it. If someone could let me know where they filmed this, please. I don't know if it's a set, like a studio.
Fire!
Where's Caesar?
Caesar! This is not how it was to be.
What you have seen here today, apes on the 5 continents will be imitating tomorrow.
With knives against guns, with kerosene cans against flamethrowers.
Where there is fire, there is smoke.
No.
But now we will put away our hatred. Cast out your vengeance. Tonight, we have seen the birth of the planet of the apes.
Well. So, I think that's the weakest of them so far, film-wise, just because, I mean, it was short. And I think, obviously, the first two, we were just, like, we were on Earth, but obviously it felt like we weren't on Earth, and we had the discovery of all of that stuff. The third film was a whole new thing because we had Cornelius and Zira on Earth in like the 70s, and it was just like this 70s, 80s, yeah, and it was just this crazy thing. This, I think it was harder because I don't feel like we had much time to really bond with Caesar. Although a lot of it we had Caesar, I felt like we had surface level Caesar because he wasn't able to talk. Whereas I would have liked a bit more time with Caesar and Armando, however you say it. So I would have liked a bit more time with those two. I found it really uncomfortable seeing the apes as slaves, and I mean, I just don't... Slavery is a whole thing in itself, and it just is uncomfortable, right? No matter who is the slave. The idea that they're taking these apes out of where they're living to train them up to become pets, but more than pets, they're becoming slaves, I just find quite barbaric. Obviously, like, it's really sad the cats and dogs died, but as humans, are we that desperate to have pets? Are we that desperate to not feel inferior? Like they were saying, that we have to have this visual of slaves around us to make us feel better. It's just uncomfortable, but powerful. So what we're essentially saying is, obviously I don't know, because I think there's 2 more films in this. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Oh no, more. Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Oh, and then there's a jump to 2001 for Planet of the Apes. Okay. So maybe I just go up to Battle for the Planet of the Apes? I don't know. It depends what you request, doesn't it? So it's a really interesting concept that timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly, it's Cornelius and Zira's son that has kicked off Earth becoming the Planet of the Apes. Right? That's in my head the thinking that we're going down. Yeah, if you go back to the first film, you would never think it was Cornelius and Zira's son. But it is. It's Caesar. I guessed Armando. I don't know how to say it in a British accent. I assumed he would perish at some point. Awful. I really like that it is Mr. McDonald, right? I really like that he turned off the kind of the electrocution table, and that Caesar knew to go along with it. When I was watching that little battle at the end, I didn't feel anything towards the humans, because I just thought, well, you deserve it. I agreed with the point where Caesar stopped. Like, I think at that point I would then take the humans in as slaves, because I just thought, well, you're idiots, thinking that I was watching that thinking, well, what did you expect? You've just thought these apes were so stupid that they wouldn't communicate and rebel and stand up for themselves. You just thought that you could just get away with treating them like that. The other thing was, it confused me, because there was a bit when I was like, wait, is that Caesar starting this revolution? Because it jumped very quickly from just the storyline to they're gathering underground and gathering stuff for a revolution. So that's why I was like, wait, is that Caesar? Because I just assumed that had been going on behind the scenes before Caesar. So that was the only bit that I just thought, oh, hang on, we've just jumped to that in what felt like almost the same day as everything else had happened. But I still really enjoyed it. When I started this Planet of the Apes journey, I didn't know I was going to be watching this many. I remember saying I was really nervous because I really struggle with like cruelty to animals, and it's if someone suggested a film that involved that, I wouldn't watch it because I just find it really tough. And although this pushes that boundary a bit, I've really enjoyed these 4 films, and I am on the side of the apes, and I'm assuming that a lot of people who watch this are on the side of the apes, and maybe that's the intention. And you know, it gets you thinking about zoos and all of these things. You know, I don't agree with like the Sea Life Centre or anything. I wouldn't go because I just don't agree with it. I think that we should let some animals just bloody go and be who they want to be. Zoos, again, I'm sure for some animals it's a safety thing, but there's some other animals that I just think, well, like London Zoo. Well, we don't need animals there, do we? Just let them go and be them. But that's a whole other discussion. But films like this get you talking and get you thinking, and I like having these discussions, particularly on Patreon, which is the only place that I really have the discussion, because I feel safe with you guys there. Out on YouTube there's some really opinionated, scary people. So I'd love to know your thoughts about the message that you kind of take away from this film. What is the film trying to say? How do you stand in this film compared to the other 3? And I'm sure that I will be carrying this on. Depends if the person asks for it. I'm pretty sure that he will. I mean, do I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 films. That's mad. Oh, the 2001 is a Tim Burton remake. Well, I'm intrigued. Right, let me know your thoughts and any details about where it was filmed, all of that stuff, the year. I'm pretty sure the person who played Caesar was the same person who played Cornelius, I think. And yes, I will see you very soon for my next film reaction.